A reading from the book of the first book of Samuel. The Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you grieve over Saul? I have rejected him from being king over Israel. Fill your horn with oil and set out. I will send you to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided for myself a king among his sons." When they came, he looked on Eliab and thought, "Surely the Lord's anointed is now before the Lord." Sup */sup, but the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord does not see as mortals see. They look on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." Jesse made 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, and Samuel said to Jesse, "The Lord has not chosen any of these." Samuel said to Jesse, "Are all your sons here?" And he said, "There remains yet the youngest, but he is keeping the sheep." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and bring him, for we will not sit down until he comes here." He sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and had beautiful eyes and was handsome. The Lord said, "Rise and anoint him, for this is the one." Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon David from that day forward. Samuel then set out and went to Ramah. Responsorial Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I lack. In green pastures he makes me lie down. To still waters he leads me. He restores my soul. He guides me along right paths, for the sake of his name.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
He restores my soul. He guides me along right paths, for the sake of his name. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
You set a table before me, in front of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
Indeed, goodness and mercy will pursue me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord for endless days.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want.
A reading from the letter of Paul to the Ephesians. You were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Behave as children of light. The fruits of light are kindness, justice, and truth in every form. You yourselves search out what pleases the Lord, and take no part in works of darkness that are of no benefit. Expose them instead. Indeed, it is a shame even to speak of what those people do in secret, but as soon as it is exposed to the light, everything becomes clear, and what is unmasked becomes clear through light. Therefore, it is said, "Awake, you who sleep, arise from the dead, that the light of Christ may shine on you." A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. As Jesus walked along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Master, was he born blind because of a sin of his or of his parents?" Jesus answered, "Neither was it for his own sin nor for his parents' sin. He was born blind so that God's power might be shown in him. While it is day, we must do the work of the one who sent me, for the night will come when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." As Jesus said this, he made paste with spittle and clay and rubbed it on the eyes of the blind man. Then he said, "Go and wash in the pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the blind man went and washed and came back able to see. His neighbors and all the people who used to see him begging wondered. They said, "Isn't this the beggar who used to sit here?" Some said, "He's the one." Others said, "No, but he looks like him." But the man himself said, "I am he." Then they asked him, "How is it that your eyes were opened?" And he answered, "The man called Jesus made a mud paste, put it on my eyes, and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and wash.' So I went and washed, and I could see." They asked, "Where is he?" And the man answered, "I don't know." The people brought the man who had been blind to the Pharisees. Now it was a Sabbath day when Jesus made mud paste and opened his eyes. The Pharisees asked him again, "How did you recover your sight?" And he said, "He put paste on my eyes, and I washed, and now I see." Some of the Pharisees said, "That man is not from God, for he works on the Sabbath." But others wondered, "How can a sinner perform such miraculous signs?" They were divided, and they questioned the blind man again. "What do you think of this man who opened your eyes?" And he answered, "He is a prophet." After all this, the Jews refused to believe that the man had been blind and had recovered his sight. So they called his parents and asked them, "Is this your son? You say that he was born blind. How is it that he now sees?" Two of the parents answered, "He really is our son, and he was born blind. But how it is that he now sees, we don't know. Neither do we know who opened his eyes. Ask him. He is old enough. Let him speak for himself." The parents said this because they feared the Jews, who had already agreed that whoever confessed Jesus to be the Christ was to be expelled from the synagogue. Because of that, his parents said, "He is old enough, ask him." So a second time, the Pharisees called the man who had been blind, and they said to him, "Tell us the truth. We know that this man is a sinner." He replied, "I don't know whether he is a sinner or not. I only know that I was blind, and now I see." They said to him, "What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?" He replied, "I have told you already, and you would not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples?" Then they started to insult him. "Become his disciple yourself. We are disciples of Moses. We know that God spoke to Moses, but as for this man, we don't know where he comes from." The man replied, "It is amazing that you don't know where the man comes from, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that God doesn't listen to sinners, but if anyone honors God and does his will, God listens to him. Never, since the world began, has it been heard that anyone opened the eyes of a person who was born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing." They answered him, "You were born a sinner, and now you teach us." And they expelled him. Jesus heard that they had expelled him. He found him and said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" He answered, "Who is he, that I may believe in him?" Jesus said, "You have seen him, and he is speaking to you." He said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him. Jesus said, "I came into this world to carry out a judgment. Those who do not see shall see, and those who see shall become blind." Some Pharisees stood by and asked him, "So we are blind?" And Jesus answered, "If you were blind, you would not be guilty. But you say, 'We see.' This is the proof of your sin."
Reflection for the fourth Sunday of Lent. In today's readings from the biblical tale, when the Spirit took hold of David, the prophet Samuel is succinctly admonished, God does not judge as man judges. Humans see with the eyes. God sees the heart. What is false seeing? When we venture without God, to see with our eyes, without His light, thus seeing in darkness, we become prone to misjudgment as well as deceptions, and we fall into the errors of sin. We may even fall into the errors of misjudging sinners. How can a sinner perform such miraculous signs? This is what our Lord meant when he referred to the Pharisees, those who see shall become blind, or when he said to them, "But you say, we see, this is the proof of your sin." False seeing is seeing without the benefit of grace. True seeing, therefore, is when God illuminates our souls, so that in and through divine light, we may sense and feel what he knows, and we may know and understand what he does. We will see the heart as God sees the heart, consequently, we will act as he would wish us to act. Hence, we are called from this false seeing in darkness to true seeing in light, for all errors committed in darkness will inevitably be revealed and accounted for by the light. The apostle exhorts, "You were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord." Behave as children of light. The fruits of light are kindness, justice, and truth, in every form. You, yourselves, search out what pleases the Lord, and take no part in works of darkness, that are of no benefit, expose them instead. Indeed, it is a shame even to speak of what those people do in secret, but as soon as it is exposed to the light, everything becomes clear, and what is unmasked, becomes clear through light. So, in this sense, we are all indeed born seeing yet unable to truly see. Though conceived in the inclination towards false seeing, God persists in lovingly offering everyone his gift of true seeing, but only if one sincerely desires to be so gifted. We may all be like the man who had been blind from birth, so that God's power might be shown in us. The Christ, as the light of the world, bestowed true seeing upon him, thereby carrying out a judgment, "Those who do not see shall see." But true seeing is a gift made sensible only through our responsible actions, that is, if anyone honors God and does his will, God listens to him. Each follower of the light of Christ, the Spirit calls from the worldly pride of false seeing to the missionary zeal of true seeing. May we express our joy this Laetare Sunday for this holy calling, and may we commit ourselves this sacred season of Lent to it, praying for its consummation at the end of our days.